let's take a look at the new order entry, because in the new version of Accelerator, Oceana 2.0, it's going to be the only choice. So up until now, you've had a choice of the old order entry, the classic order entry, or order screen, or the new order screen. So here's the new one. Let's switch to the old one really quick. If I remember how to do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is what you've been used to. Let's minimize that. This is what you've been used to. Order screen, I'm not going to go through it all because you're familiar with it. Like I said, you got your order tab and your details tab. And details also has the change log and the scan log. It also shows you the driver settlement up here, any memos or notes, and you have your tools. Now, the difference with the new order entry is that the new order entry puts it all in one place. So let's switch to the new. All right, so looks a little scary at first, I know, because it looks very different, but it's really not. So first thing you'll see is it's the dark theme. You can change that if you'd like. Me personally, I like it. I think it's a little easier on the eyes. We'll go column by column here. So up here, like we did before, we've got the order number and the key code. We've got the check boxes up top: mark order, block completion, flag order, auto dispatch. Most of this stuff we don't really use. First column here, you've got the date the order was entered, the account number, account name, any special instructions, billing info, which is not by default shown, but you can click it and get a little pop-up. The caller info, and most of this stuff you guys never even look at, but it's here. So then we've got the pickup address and the delivery address. And what you might notice here is there is no spot anymore for an email address in either of these. And the reason is because the notifications are put on a separate screen. So down here where it says auto notification, you've got it for the caller, the pickup, and the delivery. So we'll look at the delivery. So this is SMS, this is email. They both open the same thing, so don't worry. You can click on either one. So let's click on the email, and you're going to get a pop-up. All right, so look at the very top here first. You'll see text, email, push. Don't worry about push. We'll get into that in a future video. But for now, let's look at email. So in email, if you were to type in your email address, or if you had an email address already on the order, which this one doesn't, so maybe it's a bad example, you could add it to the order. All right, so type it in there, add email, and then you can choose which of these notifications that you want. You could also add another address in the pickup. You could add, infinite number of addresses in all of these. Let's close out of this one real quick, and let's look at a different order and see if we can find one that already has. Oh, here we go. Nespresso, they tend to have. All right, so if we click on that here, you'll see this one's already got a phone number in here for notifications. None of the notifications are selected, but it has a phone number because there's one on the order. So if we were to choose POD completion, pickup completion, driver assigned, etc., and you should know what all of those mean. If you don't, again, a separate video. And then hit submit. Same thing with the emails. So once you've got all that chosen, hit submit. It'll say, okay, submitted, but you still need to save it. When you're done, you're going to need to go up to the right top here and hit save. And then they will get the notifications. So that's the first column. Really nothing crazy there. Middle column, order type. We haven't started messing with this yet, different types of delivery. Right now, we still have them all defaulted to pickup delivery, meaning an order gets picked up, an order gets delivered. There's other kinds. Pick up to a hub. Maybe that's a line haul. Hub to hub. Maybe that's another type of line haul. Hub to delivery. That's probably something we might use in the future, where it's going from the hub to the end user. And service only, which not sure if we're going to be using that, but we might. You get your service type. And here there's only a couple of choices here, but typically it's distro or M distro. Vehicle type. Your pickup and your delivery dates and times, just like prior, except they're in a slightly different spot. Scheduling we do not use yet. One thing you'll notice in scheduling is you can set something to an exception status. Don't do that yet because we haven't really set everything up to use that. Third column, packages. Okay, so nothing changed here. You've got your package and your detail menu. So if you click that, it'll show you the package details. You can change them, save them, whatever you need to do. Reference numbers all in one spot now, instead of reference 1 was here, reference 2 was here, reference 3 was here. Now they're all right here. All right, shipment information, the weight, the value, COD if it is applicable, and the round trip if need be. Special attributes, which we don't really use, but that could be something like, maybe you have hazmat requirement or signature required. The status right now, it's en route to pickup. It hasn't been picked up yet. And the delivery ETA, POD name, POD date time, all stuff you've already seen. Now, one of the big differences here is you'll see I've got these collapsed. Now, they might be not collapsed when you open it for the first time. See these little double arrows? So this is the driver pricing that you would have seen if you would have hit control quotation mark previously. Now it's all right there. You don't need to control anything. So I keep them all collapsed just so I have a little extra room and I can fit the whole thing on my screen. But you want to look at the order pricing. Here it is. You want to look at the default driver, what the driver should get by default. There it is. And if you want to see what the driver is actually getting, you're going to have nothing here because there's no driver assigned. That's there. The last column over here, which can also be collapsed, the details, contains the driver information, if there's a driver, any comments, cases, which is what you might get if we have an incident or that there's an exception, like it can't be delivered. So we're not really using it yet, but we will be soon. You'll see here, add a case, and you've got a whole bunch of choices. And then the other thing here on the case tab is you can do a driver chat or a customer chat. So you want to chat with the client, you see that their phone number is here. So if I wanted to chat with the client, I could hit this and open a chat with the client. Hey, Ms. Gaeta, having trouble finding your street. And she could answer back. You could have a whole chat going with them. Or if you wanted to chat with the pickup contact, Nespresso, if this is in fact a legitimate number, I don't know that it is. Same thing with the driver. There's no driver assigned, so you're not going to get anything. But if there were, you could chat with the driver on this order. You know what? Let's assign a driver, just so I can show you that. I'll assign me. Now there's a driver assigned. All right. So now if I want to chat with the driver, I can hit that, and nothing happens. Maybe because I didn't save it yet. Save it. Okay. And now we can hit the chat. And still nothing happens. Okay, well, maybe the order needs to be reopened. Whatever. Then below here, show activity. Now this is where your change log, your scan log, scheduling history, all of that would be. So there's no scans on this order yet. We're going to, first of all, let me get this driver off of here. I'm going to open a different job. All right, we're going to open this job because it's assigned to a driver. All right, so you'll see this one's assigned to a driver. There's a whole bunch of activity here. So first of all, let me show you what I was trying to show you before. This driver doesn't have a phone number on their driver master. Anyway, here's all this stuff down at the bottom, starting with the receive scan. It looks a little busy. You'll see the green stuff is the changes, yellow stuff is the scans. These are all color coded here. You'll see it up at the top. Now, what I like to do, if I want to see the scans really quick, you can just hit show none and then hit scan log. So now this is only the scans. So it was scanned at receiving, it was scanned at loading. And you can add in the change log if you wanted to. You can even hit show all if you just wanted to show everything. All right, so that's the screen itself. You have a few different things on the tools. So up here, you've got the save button. You're familiar with that. And then you've got the menu, hamburger button that we call it. And a lot of stuff here. I'm going to shift this over just a little bit because it's not in the window. Okay, so Switch to legacy RO. That'll switch to the old order entry, at least for now, but not for long. Copy. You're familiar with how to copy an order. Cancel changes. Most of this stuff was on the old tools menu. Attach documents if they exist. View the chat history if there is one. Drivers. Okay, under operations is where there's some important stuff. Quick POD, status codes, etc., etc. You can look at the geolocation, the extended info. Print if you need to print a label. BOL, rate confirmation. Email if you need to email anything. Address if you need to go right to those fields. I really don't ever see the need for this. Mapping. If you were mapping this out for a driver, you could hit plot delivery. It'll show you it on the map, or you could hit directions. It'll give you directions. I think it gives you directions from where you are now. No, it gives you directions from the last scanned place. So this just happens to be Moonachie. So it's giving directions from Moonachie to Maryland because that's the last place it was scanned. I don't see a lot of use for that, but you never know. The package, you can itemize the packages. The account, you could transfer this to a different account if you wanted to. And then the charges. And that's basically it. Not as scary as it seems. I encourage everybody to start using it as soon as possible because you're not going to have a choice pretty soon. And don't want anybody to be surprised. Everything you used to use is here. It's just some of it in slightly different places. Remember, you can collapse these panels, and please do, so you can fit your order on one screen. And that's it. So everybody enjoy.